This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome into Bad Karma Wrestling. I'm here with my boy.
No gimmick, Nick Johnston, rock and rolling.
And I'm David Double D Dykstra. We're going to jump right into it. We got a lot to cover. Two huge stories coming out of the WWE this week. One being that Jade Cargill has jumped ship, ladies and gentlemen. She is at the Performance Center as we speak, no longer with AEW because she got the bling bling cha-ching.
Oh, yeah. I think the biggest part was, in fact, that making it successfully into the Performance Center without getting attacked by any fans in the parking lot. I remember, maybe some people might remember that, but yeah, I mean, good for her. Get some money, get going. I mean, for all those that are saying, like, you know, AEW didn't try, you're wrong. I mean, they tried to push her in every which way. They gave her a big old push on the title, put her up on the TBS little programming for that. But, I mean,
she held the title for the first year and a half of
the
company.
I know. Like I said, for people want to close their eyes and not realize that, that's fine. But, I mean, this is fine. This is great. I think
this is strictly a money move. And from what I understand, this is a Cody Rhodes move.
Yeah, probably.
This is Cody recruiting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a ton of sense. I mean, I think she's keeping her name. She's still saying it as Jade Cargill. But, I mean, we talked about this before. I'll be maybe just off air. I can't remember what
it was
goes,
off air.
Okay. I can't remember what goes on and what goes off. But she needs a little bit of work touch up in there. I think that'll be fine. We said some NXT work would be great. I don't know
doubt that's going to happen, though.
No?
Everything that I've heard.
Push to the main roster immediately?
She's going straight main roster right off the bat. We both said we'd like to see her get a little work in NXT, get a little less stiff.
Yeah.
A little
and
less
would that
robotic.
give them maybe a ratings rub? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's not what they're going for, but
I can't see it being that much of a. It's not a needle mover.
No, yeah, no, not really. For some I would think so. It maybe tune it a little bit, but I feel like there's less big fish on the main roster or on NXT. Give her the opportunity. Go to NXT. Get some big matches going. I can't really sit here and tell you who's down there.
There's one big fish right now.
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch has got the NXT title.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to see how she can work against the cream of the crop, the tippity top of that division, you have her work her way through that women's division. Nikita Lyons is on her way back here soon as well. Yeah,
just come back from injury soon.
So that right there might be a great matchup. Two big girls.
Two powerhouses right there.
Two powerhouses going at it. I just want to see her develop a little more, especially mic work and the stiffness.
Now I think the mic work she may have it. That whole like Tony cut that was great the entire time.
That was great, but she still had the mouthpiece with her.
Yeah,
to
a little
do a
bit.
majority of the talking. So
there was that. I liked her doing that. Maybe just the small things like facial expressions in the ring, selling like that in the ring. Maybe that's just going to be the small things.
You want to make the women's tag titles relevant? Team her and Bianca Belair together.
That wouldn't be the worst thing. I would not be opposed to that. Yeah.
That to me would make those titles relevant because right now they're swimming in just a cesspool of bleh.
Yeah, I mean it's bad enough. I mean the men's division, tag division isn't very much any better, so it's hard for them to transition, focus on one when both tag divisions aren't really that great. So, yeah.
The other big news coming out of WWE were some serious releases. Big time released superstars. Now I'll get your 411 on these and where you think they're going to end up. Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, Elias, and Riddle probably were the biggest of the names.
Shelton Benjamin,
but
he just hasn't been on the shelf, just name wise.
Yeah. I think Shelton Benjamin's probably one of those guys like we had been talking about that will probably get rehired, but as a producer,
yes,
not
exactly.
as an actual on-air talent.
Yeah, I think so. He knows where his bread is buttered. I mean, there's a little time in ROH, so he could stray away. But I think his in-ring is basically done. He's a smart guy, can put together some really good matches, and I think that's probably the best spot for him as a producer. Would love if Charlie Haas came in too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Get that tag team division going.
Let's start with Elias. I actually see him, for me at least,
and his brother Ezekiel.
And Zeke. We forgot about Zeke.
Unfortunately,
son of a gun.
For him, I
completely forgot about Zeke.
low key. I mean, if he can actually probably stay out of the ring, I'm not a big Elias fan of his music, but he could probably find his way in the music industry. Low key.
I personally think that he should re-sign, lesser contract, and then maybe work his way back up into the main roster again. It's just so much going on the main roster right now. It's tough to get your way in there. Mustafa
His
Ali,
character's also goofy enough that he can go to Impact. Sorry.
That's
God.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. He'd be a nice addition to Impact.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali, speaking of Impact, I think that's where Mustafa Ali would thrive.
He can thrive there for sure. The X Division would be there, and then Leo Rush, anybody else down there. Chris Sabin can give him a good rub as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. As far as Riddle goes, where do you think Riddle's going to end up?
Now, I don't think he's probably the one that's not going to return back to WWE.
Too many issues.
I would think
Too many
either
issues.
an Indies run, New Japan could be on the table. That would be somewhat interesting. That just get the UFC, the MMA style back into it, and get a little strong style going. AEW's probably on the table for him as well. I'm not as like an AEW guy. I'm not. There's no need for Riddle for me. I think there's probably another name or two that's probably a little bit better or more sought after, but. That's not the worst if he does become an addition to AEW's roster.
If he goes AEW, I guarantee you they match him up with Keith Lee, and you get the Limitless Bros again.
That would be nice. That'd be fun.
And
At least
I
a little,
think-
on the way
I
out
think-
for Keith Lee too.
I think you get that pretty quickly. I think it's New Japan, though.
Yeah.
I truly do think it's New Japan. They bring him in with that MMA/pro wrestling. I think he gets
and
over
him and like filthy Tom Lawler can have something going like that.
I would be quite honest with you. I would not be surprised if Riddle ended up being part of Bullet Club.
Ooh, man. Was he at the end of the day? Was he the one that attacked Jay White? We'll find out. I don't know. Get into the AEW
That
stuff.
would be interesting. That would be interesting. And then Dolph Ziggler.
Because some of these guys don't have any no compete clauses, so that's pretty
Dolph
good.
Ziggler does not.
Yeah, there you go. That's the big
Which
one. That's the big one we want.
I think you and I are both in agreement. He's going to end up in AEW with his brother more than likely.
That should be the game plan. I think what the thing was, he's been on more all the elite or being the elites more than he's been on WWE programming as of late. So I mean, give it to him. And Nick and the Nemeth brothers, but he's Nick and the other one's what's the other's name? I don't know. Get the Nemeth brothers going. That's gonna be the game plan. Dolph and his brother.
Yeah. Other than that, we have Fastlane coming up. Not many programs yet out for Fastlane. I think it'll be a lot more after tonight and maybe Monday.
Whoa! We're just gonna look over the Brooklyn Barlow getting cut, Dabo Coda and Shanky. You're not gonna miss Shanky.
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. No more sayonara to Dana Brooke.
None of those. That is a huge question to me. Why she never ever connected with the audience is beyond me. She had
Because she's dog buns. I don't know. Dog water. I don't know.
Wow.
Bad performance.
Just because she ain't
Not a
got
good
no
c-
thickness to her.
No,
doesn't
that's
mean
not
she's
it
a bad
either. I mean,
person.
you need to be good on the mic.
know,
You got to be worth it in the ring, and she brought nothing to the table.
I
for me.
liked her in ring work.
Yeah. How about, and then the only thing I had left was Emma. How about Emma going on Twitter? Can't wait for maybe an Elimination Chamber match, and then 30 minutes later retweets herself. Nope, sorry, just got released. So that's not gonna happen.
Which she got released with her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. And who's that?
Moss, Riddick Moss.
Riddick Moss. Okay, yeah, he's on there as well.
There's a guy I could see showing up on AEW as well as or Impact, either one. Him and Emma together in Impact would be good.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
No,
Fastlane.
you're fine. You're fine. Let's move on to Fastlane real quick. Only 2 matches really promoted as of right now. You've got Seth Rollins and Shinsuke going.
2 out of 3, right?
No.
Oh no.
Last man standing.
Oh, okay. Where am I getting the 2
Last
out of 3 from? Maybe it's
man
somebody else.
standing.
Okay, that ought to be interesting. I mean, they're just never going to give Nakamura the title, so I can't just keep sitting there and trying to tease myself into thinking it's going to happen. I don't think so. I can't.
I think if he wins the title, Damian Priest cashed in.
Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be cool.
And that's what would happen there. And then you have the handicap match.
Between Cena and the Usos.
Cena and Solo and Jay.
Okay.
No Jimmy.
Okay.
No Jay. No Jimmy. I don't know.
Yeah. Mix it up, though. It used to be good because one of them used to wear a shirt and the other one didn't. And you
Everything
could tell.
that
Now they
I've-
don't.
Everything that I've heard coming out of this, though, speculation is that tonight John Cena will have his partner revealed. Any guesses?
I think we got one on both on mine. We can go. You wanna do
Yeah?
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
That'll
a
be
game plan.
L.A.
Night,
A
baby.
little L.A. night. Makes the most sense. He's the hottest commodity. Why not pair him with the GOAT, as they call him, which I freaking hate.
They call Cena the GOAT.
The GOAT. That's their new thing with them.
That's
They always say
hysterical.
John Cena the GOAT.
That's hysterical. I mean,
Ric
don't,
Flair.
don't have enough time to get into that.
But anyway, and then the other big news coming out of the WWE was they're headed to Perth,
yeah.
Australia for Elimination Chamber.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
There we go. How about a 6 a.m. Eastern start, 3 a.m. Pacific start for the WWE fans, for the faithful? That's
I'm
gonna
okay
be
with
brutal.
that. I'm okay with that. Get my wrestling in early in the morning.
Is it a Sunday? Is it a Sunday or is it?
It doesn't matter. Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
I don't care.
Man, that's
I'll
tough.
be good to go.
That's a tough one. I think it's at least going for them. I think they also reported was Undertaker's coming in at least probably to show up to do something
They'll have
cool.
some spots.
Yeah.
I'm sure. He'll probably do his Dead Man podcast, one man show.
Okay. Yeah.
There,
I
so
tried to
it
get
wouldn't be
tickets to that actually, but I missed out.
Would not surprise me. So, other than that, anything else you really want to talk about as far as WWE this week?
No, they keep chugging along. Nia Jax keeps hurting people, and they're just setting up for they're just setting up for pay-per-views and everything else. Honestly, not the worst things that have been coming out. The only thing I saw was did you see what Shawn Michaels had to say about CM Punk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was interesting to me. That
Yeah.
that was interesting. I don't think.
I mean,
Punk,
that's a smart comment by Shawn Michaels. Hopefully, he just doesn't get any get in trouble in the background for it.
I don't think he will.
Yeah,
The
it's a
only
smart move.
person that would give him guff is now just sitting in his mansion, stroking his hairless cat, looking
my.
like a Austin Powers
Little
super
right
villain.
there.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds
All
about
right. Well, when we come back, it's time to go on a holiday
Ooh.
in the Indies.
Yeah.
We're bringing on Stephen Holiday to talk about every other thing that you could think of pro wrestling except for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work.
I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste is second to none.
Yeah, worth every quarter, am I right?
You know it, mother.
Hey, you get those reports done?
Yeah.
No.
You, sir.
Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss.
Hey, sir. Go yourself.
Fired!
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
Man, are you still working out? It's like 1,000 degrees.
Intense heat is nothing. To get an intense workout, you gotta be intense.
Our friend here's getting an intense workout with the intense cool of his Hydrotech Cool Breeze shoes. Which brings your feet a cooling sensation that is the best on the market today. Can only be explained with one word.
Intense!
Whether you're working out hard or just taking a stroll, these shoes have got your back. Or I should say, your feet.
Aren't these shoes intense?
Maybe a little too intense, but there's no doubt they're cool.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah!
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel!
and David Double D Bad Karma Wrestling.
Welcome back to
No Gimmick
Bad
Nick
Karma
Johnston.
Wrestling. I'm David Double D Dykstra.
And
I am
David
here
Double D Dykstra.
Man,
Ah,
Stephen Holiday.
hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a course party.
You're good? Good. All right.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
We gotta come up with
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel!
and David Double D Dykstra.
Yeah, Stevie Holiday. I mean, they came up with that in the class over there. So
All right, Stevie Holiday. All right. We'll stick with Stevie. What was Stevie Richards' gimmick in ECW? Was it Cool Stevie?
Yeah, Cool Stevie.
Cool
yep.
Stevie Holiday. There
Yeah,
you go.
there you go,
There
yeah.
you go. He is here to hit all the other promotions that aren't the big two, which is AEW and WWE. So we're going to start it off with Impact because they did have their big pay-per-view Bound for Glory, correct?
Well, that's
Or
Victory Road.
Victory Road.
Yes.
Victory Road. I'm sorry. And what kind of big things came out of that?
Well, the big thing came out of that, Bully Ray versus PCO. I know people know about them. They had a bad rivalry together. It got out of hand when they, with the match. You had tables involved, weapons. They fought in the crowd. They fought through the back. Bully Ray was bleeding in the match. I mean, he showed some good violence right there. So
Good cut? Good
yeah.
cut?
So PCO, he came out through.
All right.
He won the match.
Well, that brings up PCO contract being up with Impact. I assume that he's probably going to re-sign with Impact.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
It's probably one of the few places he can still go and be a headliner, as they say out there.
Right.
A couple of the other ones that are up that I don't think are re-signing, I just saw Sami Callihan is now good to go. He is a free agent. And then Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes, I saw that, yes.
Do you think either one of those two are going to head to one of the bigger companies?
Probably not. Their name is not really big up there, so likely you'll probably see them Ring of Honor, GCW, like a lot of wrestlers that we've seen.
I could see Sammy doing GCW.
Yes, definitely.
Especially with Nick Cage coming back, like you said earlier.
Yes, Nick Cage, yes.
That would be a match I would love to see. Sammy Callahan versus Nick Cage.
Yes, November the 4th, yes, he come back.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yes.
That'd be a nice headliner. I could see Deonna because she's been in NXT. I could see her maybe going AEW, maybe to strengthen that women's division just a little bit.
Right, yes. She got the potential for it, so yes.
Anything else of any kind of significance come out of Victory Road?
Victory Road, we had Trendy there. Trendy fought too. Before she came out to the crowd, you saw the crowd was not really there. It was kind of empty arena almost. But when her music played, you saw the crowd coming in. So she's making a big impact in the Impact, like how it is, Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
So she actually making the impact. So when she came out, you saw people from the outside coming in, rushing. They were falling over just to get to their seat to see her wrestle.
That's interesting.
And I was like, wow, she really went big on this wrestling, real big. So.
She's one of the ones that I feel like WWE kind of let go too early.
Right.
They could have brought her into the Bloodline, which I thought would have been a phenomenal idea. You also could have brought her into the fold when it comes to the women's division, probably one of the better athletes of that women's division.
Right.
Didn't happen, so she decided to go on her own and do her own thing. Good for her. I saw a little snippet on social media that at the Impact TV taping the other day that Mickie James came out and challenged her for Bound for Glory.
Bound for Glory in Chicago, yes. That's going to be good. I really want to get tickets to go there. I mean,
I heard
it's right up in the Cicero Stadium. Like,
I heard
everybody know about Cicero, so it's right over there. Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be a pretty solid card as well.
Yes.
I'm very interested. New Japan, there's a lot of rumors floating around about New Japan right now. Rumors are that Tony Khan is trying to
he's gonna try to buy it, yes.
New Japan, which if he buys that now means he has New Japan, Ring of Honor, and AEW
yes.
that he can just float all his wrestlers
all
throughout
over
each one of those companies, which would make that a very, very powerful conglomerate, if you want to call it that.
Definitely, yes. That's something you want to see, to come out of this. That would be awesome. I mean, you would see all the wrestlers you want to see from every company just come together. That would be good. I mean, I wish they could make a decision of coming to, like, understanding with WWE. That would have been, like, real cool right there.
There was a point when he was trying to sell. Tony Khan did go out and ask how much it would take for him to be able to buy WWE.
You remember that one, yes.
Anything out of New Japan right now that we need to be paying attention to?
Well, right now you got Offspring. He's doing good over there. He's been defending his title, The guy, he got real good potential there, The guy, he can go to the WWE. I mean, how big and rising he is right now, he's really doing good.
I literally call Will Ospreay probably the best professional wrestler on the planet right now.
Right, and then you see him when he say he was the best in the world.
He is the best
like,
in the world.
You damn right, yeah.
Bar none. In my eyes,
I was like, wow.
he is on a different level than anybody else in the world right now.
Yes.
With the things he can do. And I give him a lot of credit. I've been a Will Ospreay fan for 10 years. Like, I saw him when he was purely just Mr. Let me do crazy things in the air, Will Ospreay. And then he decided to put on 25 to 30 pounds of muscle.
Right, to get to the heavyweight division.
To get to that heavyweight division, and it's paid off because he's just gotten better on the mic. He's gotten better in the ring. He can do all kinds of things. He can still go high flyer if he wants to, but he can also go ground with it. So I love Will Ospreay. I know his contract's coming up. I'm assuming he's going AEW because that's where all his boys are going.
Yeah, they already have signed there, and they also signed with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so yeah. I would speculate he's going there, but you never know because WWE has the tendency, if they really want somebody, they'll just throw gobs and gobs and gobs of money at them, so they can't say no. For me, I've kind of fallen off the New Japan train a little bit because they're right in that process of trying to find the new superstars.
Right, and have you noticed they connected now with MLW wrestling? Yes. So I mean, you got, big names. They finna go over there. You got the NWA. Matt Cargill. Him. He's going over there to MLW to help them out now.
Yeah, I saw Matt.
Oh, wow.
AKA, or I guess I should say FKA, known as Zack Ryder.
Ryder, yeah. Yeah.
Which he was slated to come back to WWE, but he told them straight out, I want to come back as Matt Cardona because I've really made a name for myself with that.
Right, definitely. I would understand that. Yes.
My one issue right now with New Japan is the fact that they are still, kind of relying on Naito, Okada, the old regime, instead of getting that new regime push.
Right.
They're still falling back to that old regime when it comes to having someone hold the title. I love that Sonata has the title right now.
Yes,
I'm a huge Sonata fan. I've been a fan of his for a very long time. So.
Right. Like me, at least 11 years. I've seen him. I was like, wow. So
he's been an eye catcher since day one. we talked a little bit about anything, and I know that EC3 now has the NWA title, correct?
Yes, he does. Yes, that was nice.
EC3, one of the
wow.
biggest disappointments when he came back to WWE ever. He could have been so huge.
Yeah, he couldn't even do that. I don't know everybody remember the guy that used to dance a lot. You remember Brodus Clay? That
Brodus
guy?
Clay. He lost it to Brodus Clay.
That guy.
Didn't
like,
Brodus
wow.
retire?
He did. But then he came back for a while, and then he left again.
I think he retired after the title match.
Yeah, it was sad. It was like, man.
It's all right, man. Like, he's got a lot going on. He's on Fox News all the time.
Right, definitely.
All the time. If you haven't seen him on Fox News, he's amazing.
Right, he talks. He's
talks
heavy on it.
all kinds of stuff, and says
I
some
thought
of
he was gonna be like a fade and go away, but the guy, he showed potential with that. He's actually on TV. He's showing his tail now. So hey, man.
Yeah,
he's making it now.
He's making money on Fox News. If I could make money and not have to get thrown around a professional wrestling ring, I'd probably do it too.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about before we let you go?
I don't know. Did you watch the Pope when he went against Trevor Murdoch?
Trevor Murdoch and the Pope went.
Yeah,
See,
they
those
went
are two.
1-on-1.
NWA to me has a lot of great pure wrestlers.
Yes.
That didn't get a chance to show what they could do in WWE.
Right, because the Pope, he was originally from the TNA when it was called TNA.
Yeah.
Now it's Impact Wrestling. And then you had, Trevor Murdoch. You remember his family name is big out there. So his roots go longer than what it is right now.
His dad's name was Dirty Dick Murdoch.
Yes. Also,
quit laughing.
Don't laugh back there. Hey, it's true.
Get your minds out the gutter. Nasties.
Right. Well, yeah, that guy. I mean,
Trevor looks exactly like his dad too.
Don't he? It's like a clone all the way. Oh man, I mean, identical looks. I'm like, come on, this is just.
He
crazy.
fed into that backwoods hillbilly looking. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. I was
Alabama.
Like, and he did like his dad. He became champion, a heavyweight champion, multiple times at NWA now.
Well,
So,
I appreciate you coming on. Next week we're gonna have the brother on, David
Holiday.
Yeah, I knew the last name. I was trying to come up with a gimmick for him, and I couldn't.
We can't say DH.
When we come back, though, it's AEW time, ladies and gentlemen. No Gimmicks will be back. Steven, appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be back.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments, and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed Naked Clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, are you still working out? It's like 1,000 degrees.
Intense heat is nothing. To get an intense workout, you gotta be intense.
Our friend here's getting an intense workout with the intense cool of his Hydrotech Cool Breeze shoes, which brings your feet a cooling sensation that is the best on the market today. Can only be explained with one word.
Intense!
Whether you're working out hard or just taking a stroll, these shoes have got your back, or I should say, your feet.
Aren't these shoes intense?
Maybe a little too intense, but there's no doubt they're cool.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work.
I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste is second to none.
Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother. Hey, you get those reports done? Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Where's the boss? Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired!
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back, Monkey Boy. Quit talking. We are professional around here.
Come on.
Welcome back to Bad Karma Wrestling. I'm David Double D Dykstra. I'm here with my boy.
No gimmicks. Nick Johnston. We're back. Kept my seat warm. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, it is time to talk about AEW and the biggest stories going on.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard something today, or I read something today.
Okay.
It was very interesting. Adam Cole is probably the biggest news going on in AEW right now with a ankle injury. Now, the reason I put that into quotes is they said this might be a work.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
They said if it's a work, though, there's only like maybe 4 people in the whole company that know it's a work.
Okay. I mean, I think there was real pictures posted the other day. I don't know if that could all be.
Britt Baker posted.
Yeah.
But if it's a work like that, if they're going old school professional wrestling with it,
And he takes off the cast at Wrestle Dream or something, or not a Wrestle Dream, but even afterward.
If he's the dude in the mask, which is one of the things that we need to talk about. You know, we did happen to have a little attack on Jay White at the close of Dynamite.
Sorry, just really quick. That they were towing the line. If this is a work or not, I mean, this is. I thought they were playing with fire. I mean, already dealing with the work with Roderick Strong's neck. I'm like, oh man, maybe they're bound. I didn't want to say it, but like they're bound for something to happen.
That is amazing that has gotten over. By the way,
yeah, I love Neck Strong, baby. I love
That's
it.
That's fantastic.
I love it. Neck Strong, baby. Every single time.
And you're gonna punch him in the.
Punch him in the ooh. Yeah. Can we say the
wiener?
There you go. It's the anatomical correct way. That's how you say it.
Shake your head.
My doctor says it that way.
I could have went very, very proper with it.
Graphic.
But
yeah, who attacked Jay White?
It leads into that. Was that, with all this being written now, was that Adam Cole attacking Jay White?
The body frame, it wasn't too tall, wasn't too short, right around.
It was not.
It was just right for Adam Cole.
It was not MJF. I can guarantee you that. The shoulders were not wide enough.
No, yeah. I think there was something like that, yeah.
I very rarely am like, nah, this is real.
Yeah.
But it looked like he just rolled his ankle. Now, is it possible that he blew it out? Absolutely. They said broken in 3 different places, I think is what Cole said.
He said he had exploded, essentially. Which, when they say it like that, it gets a little funny. It's, I don't know. Again, oh man, now that you're throwing that monkey wrench in there like that, I don't know what to make of it.
My whole thing is, if it truly did explode like he said, don't you think he wouldn't have been able to even put any kind of weight on it?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that he was in no sort of like pain on his face with it. I mean, unless he was really masking it. I heard again through the wickets, through the internet, they cut up a spot after that because Adam Cole's ankle was hurt so bad, apparently, or quote unquote hurt so bad. I don't know. I really don't know what to make of it. I
mean, that speculation threw me for a loop, just like it did you. I went, man, if this is a work, this might be one of the best works of all time.
And we've already seen the writings on the wall when he hugged MJF. He did the
stab in
stabbing
the
motion.
back.
He's done that before. I mean,
they showed a picture of when he and MJF were talking in a locker room.
Yeah.
The mask was right beside Adam Cole.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not see that. People, the YouTubers or whoever, the internet
there are people that just look for
the Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. So,
I mean, how about that? Their whole vignette or with them catching Captain Insano this week, that was amazing. I mean, they just keep getting better and better. You didn't bring me out here to hit me with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, did you? No.
Plus, the last time I was out here and tried to get rid of a body, it didn't go.
There you go. They're great. Those two together are dynamite.
Unbelievable. Now, speculation has come out. Moving on to the next thing. There's a lot of big things going on in AEW right now.
Big time.
Edge is not signing with WWE. So that means more than likely he's signing with AEW.
Contract expires, I believe, midnight of October 1st, and Wrestle Dream is October 1st.
Midnight October 30th.
Or
September 30th.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was saying.
Midnight September 30th.
There we are.
He is officially a free agent and can sign anywhere he wants.
I would hope that by...
Here he comes, Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, he's in... Adam Copeland's in the Impact Zone. Oh, my God.
That'd be a shame.
No, Ledge will show up in AEW.
Ledge?
Yeah.
My only question is, right now, they are so high on Christian in that company that if Adam comes in, are they going to put them back together or are they going to keep them apart?
I think that you keep them apart, and then you always have that in your back pocket, and then you'll have the Hardys for one last hoorah, and not a big showcase of it, but just have them all there.
Matt looks horrible.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. At most, I'm glad they're putting people over. They put over the Righteous 2 weeks ago. Then the Righteous got another win this week.
By the way, that is a B version of the Wyatt family.
Sure enough, but I like
his look. Yeah. I like their look.
I like how they're doing it. I like their little promo too with the cutting out the little thing.
Phenomenal promos, phenomenal look about them.
Dutch and Vincent, they got it. I think so. I think they should probably end up getting the push and getting the titles, but who knows with this whole thing? It's every time AEW's been zigging, and every time I think they're gonna zag, which is good, which I like that, but. Yeah, sometimes, and then on the other side, when the wrestling nerd in me is just getting frustrated, I'm like, I'm not right. I want to be right. Yeah, it's just like, but I'm glad that they're mixing it up.
You have weird combos hooking up.
Yeah,
I meant that purposely. Orange Cassidy and Hook, as a tag team, are they now going to get a push?
I think that what were they? They're in the.
I would love to see them versus FTR. That would be fantastic.
They're the only standout tag team in that little 4-way Wrestle Dream match, and I mean they just ran it with the Young Bucks and FTR, so that's kind of not on the table. I don't know I can't remember the other two off the top of my head, but they might actually be the front runners when we get to the preview on that.
Well, there's been some weird stuff. It did come out. This is one thing I forgot to put in our notes. It did come out. Moxley did
sustain a concussion
through that match, and that's why he dropped the belt. That was not the original plan. I guess they had a huge non-AEW person for Wrestle Dream to come out and challenge Mox after the match, but after that happened, it's going to be very interesting to me to see how long Phoenix holds it, because it looked like Phoenix got hurt.
Yeah. A little bit. He always looks like he gets a little banged up. I don't know what it is.
I worry when he's grabbing his knee, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes me worry.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think Ray Phoenix is going to hold it for very long.
No, I don't think so either.
I'm looking forward to the match between him and Matt Jackson, though.
Yeah, they're running it back from very early on Dynamites, so I think that was pretty awesome for them to. As soon as Excalibur threw that in during the match, I'm like, he's gonna win.
Well, there were a couple storylines that you were like, okay, that'd be cool if it happened that way. That'd be all right. I think this is going to be a harken back to what it was, and it should be a very interesting match.
I think Ray Phoenix is very much well deserved, and I'm glad that even if it is not a mistake, for lack of a better word, a mistake, glad that he got the title for now.
In my eyes, right now, he is the best all-around luchador in the world.
I think so, and Jim Ross is big on him too. Every time he's out there and can put together a sentence, he compliments Ray Phoenix.
Nice.
I'm sorry, it is what it is now.
It's getting to the point now that Jim Ross needs to be in the background, maybe giving advice through a headset to the other commentators.
Yes.
I love that Nigel McGuinness is part of Collision.
Yeah.
I love Nigel McGuinness. I was mad when they fired him from WWE and NXT. He was fantastic as a color guy.
And anytime we get Ian Riccaboni for me, I'm more than okay with that.
Really?
Yeah, I like Riccaboni.
I'm a huge Excalibur guy.
Okay, that's fine too.
I've loved Excalibur since ROH days, though.
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes he steps on the toes, but otherwise he's probably the best all-around guy for them.
Well, the thing I love about AEW is they do give their commentators the freedom that, like, if somebody steps on somebody's toe, Taz will be all over.
But him and Taz together are probably the best. I really enjoy
I have
that.
heard that Shivani's role is going to lessen.
I'm okay
over
with
the
that.
next year.
I'm okay with that.
I think Shivani's probably going to take more of a backstage role moving forward.
I don't think so.
What stood out for you when it comes to Grand Slam?
Grand Slam and just overall the weekend. I mean, trying to I mean, of course, Kingston finally getting the both titles. That was awesome. I mean, MJF retaining,
and
also huge.
It shows the faith that Tony Khan has in Eddie Kingston.
Yes, absolutely.
I think part of that is because, he is so over when it comes to the AEW fans.
Yeah. That was from Dynamite. Nothing too crazy from there. Sammy and Jericho, at least the ending was pretty spot on. I liked Jericho catching him in the code breaker during the shooting star press. That got me a big pop out of me.
Love the swerve at the end, though.
Yes.
Although, if you noticed, it's the same way that the Jericho-Shawn Michaels match ended.
He
at
said
WrestleMania.
that, and they already said earlier that Guevara was paying homage to Michaels with his gear around that time too. So that was pretty cool. Dynamite was awesome. Rampage, nothing crazy stuck out to me. I mean, Young Bucks and Hangman finally getting the somewhat use out of the three man.
That those trios titles in ROH got
relevant in somewhat way, and then just the Mike Santana being in action, that was interesting. Not the match itself, but the afterward.
I'm very interested because there is a lot of personal bad blood.
Okay,
real bad blood.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
between those two,
it would be good to see if they can run a program with them.
If they can run a program and be professionals about it, and be able to do the heat with it, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and then Collision. The only thing that brought to me was I just missed it. Still on my DVR. I gotta check Jay White and Andrade. Seeing as though that Jay White and MJF, it was good.
It was good.
Good.
I liked it. They put Jay White over.
Okay, yeah. Seeing as though he had the promo battle with MJF afterward, I think that made sense.
Which is interesting to me that's where they went with the next contender for MJF.
Well, I think it was supposed to be Jay White and Punk, but kind of that fell through. So next best thing in my mind.
That there's not 2 world titles anymore.
Yeah,
please,
that was ridiculous. Of course.
So let's move on to Wrestle Dream real quick. Anything really Ricky Starks, Wheeler Yuta.
That was just added. That not the worst decision there either.
Young Bucks, Guns, Lucha Brothers, and Orange Cassidy and Hook. Winning team gets a future AEW Tag Team title match.
All of these except for Orange Cassidy and Hook have had a shot, so that's why.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finale.
They are, and I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Statlander, Julia Hart might be the surprise match of the card.
Yeah,
I think that could be very good.
Yeah, of course everyone's gonna say get up and move, but they'll make it worth their while. I'm sure they'll put it together.
See this one, Kingston and Shibata for the ROH World Title.
Yeah, that flew under the radar. Wasn't added, or it was added, but
wow,
yeah. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be a chop fest.
That's gonna be amazing. Christian Cage and Darby Allin, 2 out of 3 falls. Don't care.
Fair enough.
Golden Lovers and Jericho, meh.
I like this because Don Callis is the best heel going on. He's getting the most heat. Dirty Dom who? Move over. Don Callis is getting the booze, and I love this storyline. Get all of his friends, get all your former friends, and turn on them. This is gonna be fun.
MJF versus the Righteous 2-on-1 handicap match for the ROH. You know MJF's gonna win.
Yeah, I think so.
FTR versus Aussie Open is gonna be a classic.
This could steal the show.
Hangman versus Swerve is gonna steal the show.
I hope so. This is the one.
I hope they open the show with this one.
I hope so. You just really get the eyes on it, either kind of close. Yeah, it can't fall into the wayside. It needs to be up front and center, and Swerve needs to get the push, in my mind.
And then Bryan Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr. Nothing needs to be said. Two greatest technical wrestlers probably in the world today right now.
If the pay-per-view was $100 and it was just that match, I'd pay for it.
I probably would too. That's very sad to say, but yeah, I probably would too. Anything else?
No, not on the AEW side of things, not on the wrestling side of things. Just pumped because we're gonna get a whole day of football and then a wrestling pay-per-view afterward.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
It's gonna be awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us this week on Bad Karma Wrestling. For me, David Double D Dykstra.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston. We'll be back next week.
We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Be positive, stay positive, surround yourself with positive people, and positive things will happen for you. We'll see you next week here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.